Okay, so let's play a new game. This one is named Nora in Search of Hidden Ingredients. It have only story mode, so let's start with the story mode. Nora arrives in Lilyton to claim the house she inherited from her late grandmother. Gary's house is much smaller than I remember. The last time I visited was 8 years ago, when I was 14. The building... okay, not out. It's definitely not a small structure, but it's funny how one's perspective changes with age. I can't believe 8 years have already passed since the last time I saw Granny. And I can't believe I'll never see her again. I should have come to visit Grandma during my holidays. Now it's too late. I miss her loving gaze and her kind smile. At least my pendant always reminds me of Granny Danika's happy expression. She gave me this piece of jewelry when I left to study magic at the Periculi Academy. She said her gift would make sure I never stayed from the right path, but Nora falls into deep thought, her mind wandering back to a month ago when she was attending a lecture of mathematical solutions to casting conjuration magic. Yawn. Could this lesson get any more boring? I don't understand what the teacher is explaining to us. And the person I choose to come to the board to draw the magical circle I just taught you about will be Nora. Slowly, reluctantly, Nora makes her way to the front of the classroom. Her hands are clammy, her bottom lip quivering. The teacher gives her the chalk. She draws a crude, shaky circle on the board and does his best to fill it with the right symbols. And then we shoot at the square on the right and the left. You understood nothing of what explained, did you? No. I figured the bored look on your face meant you must already know about everything I was teaching the class. But it seems you're just as much a magical failure when it comes to my class as you're in the rest of your courses. Keep this up and you won't get promoted your second year. I'm trying my best. You're not trying hard enough. Now sit down. Penelope, please come forward and draw the magical circle for us properly. Yes, sir. The teacher told me I would fail my first year. 2 weeks later, after our exam period ended and I received my results, his prediction came true. Understanding the material was already difficult for me, and it only got worse after I received a letter from my parents telling me Granny Danica, my beloved family member, has passed away. As soon as I learned that I wouldn't be promoted to my second year at the magical university I had worked tirelessly to attend, I packed my belongings and made my way to Lilyton. The small town brings so many memories of the time I spent here as a kid with Granny. They're good memories of a part of my life when things were much easier for me, a time when I loved witchcraft and didn't disappoint people's expectations. The letter I got stated that Granny has left me her house as my inheritance. I needed a change of scenery and I wanted to see the state of the place as well, so I left right away. Mostly I just needed to get away from Periculi Academy with its hard, rigorous curriculum of witchcraft which I failed to comprehend. Am I ever cut out to be a witch? I needed some time to think about my path in life. Staying at Granny's place like when I was a kid seemed like a perfect opportunity to gain some perspective. I just wish I had visited Granny more often during the years. I lived in the capital studying to first get into the academy and then, as a first year after I had passed the entrance exams of my second try. I became so focused on succeeding at being a certified witch that I eventually forgot about my family. My head is full of such grim thoughts. Alright, enough moping around. Nora walks towards the front door. Okay, so we'll be playing with... How many scenes this thing have? 30. I will be playing with the failed witch. Where did I put the keys to the house? My parents sent them to me with the letter about Granny's passing. She rummaged through the bag on her hip, fiddling with all the items she brought with her. The keys jiggle. Oh, here they are. This case should open the front door. Nora steps closer to the door and puts the key into the lock. What? Her vision shakes, or it's the thermal passing through the ground and the building? The key becomes scorching hot. Not wanting to get burnt, Nora lets go of it and takes a step back. What's going on? An aura of blue light surrounds the whole house. The smell of incense burns in the air. Magic, powerful magic, and the energy isn't coming from Nora. With a loud whoosh, a semi-transparent figure made of pure light appears in front of Nora, blocking her path to the door. The apparition takes the form of a beautiful woman, but her features are scrunched in an angry frown and her eyes glow with fury as she looks Nora up and down. What are you? You don't know? I thought the Prequel Academy would have told you at least that much about magical creatures, Nora. I am a spirit, a domestic spirit in fact, the spirit of Danika's house. What? But the last time I was here, Granny didn't have a resident domestic spirit. You haven't been to it in ideas, that's a long time, situations change. A pink of guilt goes to Nora's heart. She had indeed neglected Granny Danica while chasing after her dream of becoming a certified witch. She knows now that she should have visited more often, but she also knows it's too late for regret. The thought hurts, especially when someone else points out the situation to her so bluntly. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter if you're sorry or not. You haven't visited your grandmother in 8 years, and now you come here thinking you can become the new owner of her house. I won't let this stand. I'm the spirit of this house, and you won't become its rightful successor without my approval. You can't be serious. I'm Granny's only grandchild. Who else would inherit her house? Okay, so we are so unworthy that not only our ass was kicked out from the magical university, but also the magical alarm of our grandmother's house is not letting us in. How cool is that? I mean, for the people who have read Terry Pratchett's books, they may know for failed wizards like Rincewind, but Nora is a new wall. Anyway, let's proceed. I'd rather the house stands empty than to have someone on ward to reside her. It's not up to you to decide. Granny gave me her house as my inheritance. But Danica also told me to only let you live here if I deem you worthy. Alright now, you haven't proven yourself to me. You failed your studies in the capital. You're not a full-fledged witch. Oh, so the ghost or spirit knows that we're a failure. If you gain ownership of Danica's huge library of magical tomes, her pantry of magical potions and salves, and her workshop with her magical cauldron, I can't help but sense a disaster in the making. Okay, so if you're playing this game, I can suggest one small game with the viewers. So, dear viewers, take a glass with some cataboos, and each time when the word magic appears in the dialogue, you take a sip. I bet you won't be able to say your names in 5 minutes. And well, cheers. I'm not a magical failure. Okay, taking a sip. You don't sound like you believe your own words. But I'm not merciless. I'll let you become the rightful owner of Danica's house if you can find and bring me Danica's most prized possession. Seek out the item that was most important to your late grandmother and present it to me. Only then I will let you live in her house in peace. Okay. That sounds like a good deal. I'll let you inside the house so I can conduct your search, but don't expect to find what you're looking for easily. I'll be watching your struggles. With another whoosh of magical energy, The spirit of the house disappears and the building stops glowing. What have I gotten myself into? Find Granny Danica's most prized possession. That's not gonna be easy. I have no idea what item the spirit is talking about. But I have choice except to try and find it. I don't want to give up and let Granny's house standing neglected without an owner. The spirit gave me this task to see what I'm made of. With renewed determination, Nora grabs hold of the house key once again. It's no longer burning and it opens the door to Grandmother's house easily. Next scene. And maybe we're actually about to praise something now. Nora enters the house and takes a good look around and enters. Oh, look at that! Look at that painting right here. It's like this classical American painting. What was the name? American Gothic. Just instead of American Villager, we have a May Witcher, Witch Dude. Anyway, Nora enters the house and takes a good look around the entrance. Did Granny renovate her house in the last 8 years? It looks completely different than I remember. Well, it's been a long time. Of course she changed the way the house looks. Ha ha ha. What did I expect? That everything would be the way I remember from my childhood? Stupid Nora. I should start looking through the items in this room. The sooner I find Granny's most prized possession, the sooner I'm done with the spirit change so I can have some peace. I have no idea what I'm looking through. Maybe I'll start by finding all the items that look significant. Might as well tidy the place up while I'm searching. And finally, after 20 minutes, we can start playing the game. Now, interestingly enough, after all those walls of endless text, it appears that the game is one of those hidden object games. And a really wild one. Way better. Looking for strawberry. And for a small piece of rock somewhere. Oh, and also it appears that some of those items can be hidden. Okay, that's cool now. Huh. Now looks through the items she found in the entrance area. None of these items looks like they could take any kind of significance to Granny. I'd better try another room. Okay. Nora comes into the kitchen, her gaze wandering from the table to the counters. It feels like time has stopped here, like Granny just went away, leaving those items on the table and the counters untouched. But wow, she renovated the kitchen as well. She was always so fond on her old counters. Now that the new ones are ugly, it's just strange. Time to look through the kitchen. Right, we're searching for more items. Candle, egg holder, cup. This bottle, and this is the potato. Nora holds a simple candle in her hand, turning it left and right like it houses the answer to the universe. It's just a candle, but I remember how Granny always liked candles. She loved burning one in the evening. She always said the scent relaxed her. But I don't think this item is on the one that the spirit wanted me to find. Candles were important to Granny, but they can be Granny's most prized possessions. I wonder where Granny's favorite cup is. I didn't find it in here. Okay, let's start with the living room. Nora walks into the living room next. She looks around the place with a deep frown. This room doesn't look the way it did in my childhood either. My parents never told me Granny renovated the whole house, even though they gave me updates on what was going on in Granny's life. It's strange she never mentioned having a full-scale renovation on her beloved home. You think that event You think that event would be significant enough to share with your family? Let's take a look and see what we can find here. And we are searching for 9 items. I don't know what's that. Tomato, letter, moon, small shovel, flip flop, glove, little box, and this thingy. Gunny's out slipper. It's so worn. Granny must really have been attached to this item. She probably wore the slipper for a long time. Granny was really attached to some items, but the slipper can't be her most prized possession. And I reached the end of the demo. Okay. So, some thoughts. Way too much text. Way too much text. Way too much text for hidden object games. I don't mind the story, it's cute in its own way, just way too much. Then, apparently, the final game will have 30 scenes. Okay. The demo showed us 5 of them. 2 of those scenes were just a text. Then we had 3 scenes where we're actually searching for these hidden objects. And I mean, the entire area was, I don't know, like 20 objects. Okay, that's cool. There were 6 in the kitchen. I mean, the whole thing can be worn for like a minute, 2 minutes tops. Then there were 9 in the living room, and as you can see from this little picture in here, this living room is almost empty, so again like 2 minutes, which means that if it goes like that, the whole game, it's taking less than an hour, I guess, which is not necessarily bad. It's just kind of short. Now, this depends on a couple of things. So let me see what is the supposed price of the game. I cannot see it. Well, if the game is cheap in the end, that's fine. If the game is something like 3, 4, 5 euros for about an hour of gameplay, that's fine. If for some reason the developers decide to ask for 20 euros for that, that's not fine. So yeah, if you enjoyed the game, I'll leave a link down below and you can see it. And if you enjoy the game, you can go and buy it and play it after 13th of May, when the game will be actually released. And also, if you enjoyed the video, you can press on subscribe, you can press the like button, there's a little hand thing like that. And you can also come to my Twitch and have fun together with me in real time. That's everything about Nora the Hidden Object Challenge. All the love, and bye.